In the stillness, I waited for you is a gentle, soul stirring love story about two hearts separated by distance but forever connected by longing. Through quiet night, whispered memories, and letters left unsent, a woman holds on to the warmth of a love that once was, waiting in the hush of moonlight and the rustle of seasons crossed oceans at times. The man she never stopped loving finds his way back, not through grand gestures, but in the simplest, softest moment of return. The room was quiet, not the kind of silence that pressed heavy, but the kind that sighed a soft hush that blanketed everything in peace. Outside, the world had dimmed to shades of navy and silver. The moon, pale and patient, cast its glow across the wooden floor like a whispered promise. Ilara sat by the window, a book open in her lap, unread. She was not really reading tonight. She was listening to the stillness, to the slow tick of the clock, and to the echo of a voice she had not heard in months. Eric, their last conversation had lingered in her like perfume on an old letter, gentle, clinging, unforgettable, and so each night she waited, not because she believed in miracles, but because her heart had never stopped whispering his name into the quiet. The garden just beyond the cottage bloomed in stillness, as if it too remembered him. The lavender had grown wild, brushing against the fence the way his fingertips used to trail along her arm. Elara often wandered, her barefoot wrapped in a wooden shawl, her thoughts drifting like petals on a quiet stream. The garden had been their place. She could still feel the warmth of summer laughter echoing through the trails, where vines now curled like sleeping thoughts. She touched the wind chimes and they sang, soft, metallic, longing, almost as if they knew the ones stood there too. Back inside, her finger brushed across a drawer she had not opened in weeks, inside letters, unsent, unsealed, yet full of the things she could not say aloud. Eric, she whispered, as though the name itself was a teaser. She unfolded the top one dated weeks ago. Some nights, I swear, I hear your footsteps in the wind. You said you would return when the stars knew your name again. I still look up, wondering if they whisper it back to you. Her lips curled into the faintest smile. Time had not taken her hope, it had only taught her to listen more carefully, to the quiet, the waiting, the stillness. For in the stillness, she was not alone, she was holding space for something beautiful to return. And so the night drifted on, slow and silver. The stillness held her gently like a lullaby just before sleep, and somewhere out there a heart began to stir and reply. That evening the sky held the soft hush of distant thunder, too far to be frightening, just close enough to be felt. Ilara stood on the balcony, her shawl wrapped tighter around her shoulders, eyes fixed on the horizon. Clouds moved slowly like thoughts drifting across her mind. She traced constellations with her gaze, remembering how Eric once named the stars for her, as if they belonged only to them. That one, he said, pointed upward, is ours, the one that flickers even when the others go quiet. Tonight the same star blinked softly through the curtain of clouds. Her heart fluttered. Some skies remembered. Later she walked through the pine grove just behind the cottage. The needles crunched gently beneath her feet, and the trees stood tall and unmoving, like silent guardians of all the words she had ever whispered into the air. The scent of pine mixed with the soft sweetness of dust. She paused near an old tree where a heart had been carved years ago. A small E plus E is still barely visible in the bark. She ran her finger over the initials. Still here, she murmured. And then she heard it, a distant sound, not quite a footstep, not quite the wind, but something that made her turn, heart racing, eyes searching. But the groove was empty, still the feeling stayed, like someone had just left, or almost near. That night sleep came softly. Ilara drifted into dreams woven with lavender and starlight. She stood in the garden again, but younger, lighter. The vine shimmered and the air smelled of summer rain. Then she saw him, Eric. He stood at the edge of the path, not speaking, only watching her with eyes that knew every silence she had ever kept. She walked towards him, her heart floating. He reached out, fingers brushing hers. Warm, real, full of the ache of every day they had been apart. I never stopped listening, he whispered. And just as she leaned into him, the dream softened, like fog dissolving into morning light. Ilara woke, her cheeks damp, her heart steady. It had been just a dream, but the echo of his voice they made. Sometimes the sky remembers, sometimes the scary, the warmth we thought was lost, and sometimes stillness is not empty at all. It is the space love waits in quietly. Morning crept in gently like a secret returning home. The light was soft, not golden, but pale and pearly, like fog brushing against glass. Ilana poured tea into her favorite chip mug, the one Eric had brought from a roadside artist on their last autumn trip. The steam curled upward in slow spirals, fragrant with rosemary and honey. She watched the world through the window, the pine trees stood like statues. The wind had gone quiet, the air held a pause, as if something was about to speak, and in that hush she whispered aloud, Eric? The sound of his name was warm in her chest, familiar yet distant. It settled around her like a shawl, a hush of belonging. Later that day, she cleaned the attic, a task she had postponed for months. Dust danced in beams of sunlight, and old books sigh open as she moved through boxes of memories. Then from an old radio in the corner, a song began to play, crackling, low but unmistakably their song. She froze the melody threading through the quiet like silk. It was the song he used to hum while cooking, the one they had danced to and that rainy August night when the power had gone out. The notes felt like touch, like fingertips along her spine, a voice curling near the ear. Ilara sat down slowly, her breath catching. She was not imagining this. She could not be. The universe, it seemed, remembered them too. By afternoon, the wind had returned, soft and steady. Ilara went to the garden with the unsent letters bundle in her hands. One by one, she read them aloud, not shouting, not crying, just whispering them into the breeze, as though the wind cloud carried them wherever it needed to go. As the final letter left her hand, a gust lifted the pages gently like wings unfolding. They tore upward, spinning, rising, and for just a breath she imagined them landing in his hands. Somewhere she closed her eyes and smiled. She had waited in stillness. She had held space for him in every sunrise and every sun, and maybe, just maybe, he had been listening all along. Even the air seemed to remember, a name spoken softly, a song echoing through forgotten corners and letters carried by the wind, as if love knew the way home. The train passed again that morning, same time, same hush slicing through the valley like a slow moving whisper. Ilara stood near the edge of the path, shawl around her shoulders, the world painted in mist and dew. The whistle blew low and long, fading into the pine covered hills. She had watched it every day since he left, always wondering if he might be on it, always hoping, even when the hope felt foolish. Today her heart beat differently, slower, deeper. The stillness was heavier, as if holding its breath. But the train did not stop. It never did. Still, she smiled because waiting was not empty. It was its own kind of love. That afternoon, the post arrived, one envelope, handwritten, weathered, familiar, her breath catch. The ink was slightly faded, the corners frayed, but the handwriting unmistakably his. She opened it slowly inside a single page, no date, no explanation. Ilara, I never stopped writing back. I just did not know where to send the word, but I'm coming home. If you still wait for me, I will find you in this stillness. She clutched the letter to her chest. Tears did not fall, not yet, but something loosened inside her, a knot that had been tied for too long. The wind rustled through the open window, carrying the scent of something new, something returning. That night she lit the old lantern, the same one she had placed on the porch every evening just in case. Its glow shimmered softly, golden and warm, casting long shadows across the garden. The night air hummed with quiet expectancy. Ilara sat on the porch swing, wrapped in silence, not waiting anymore, not exactly, just being. Then faint footsteps, grey wheel, crunching, a heartbeat skipping. She looked up, and there he was. Taller, older, eyes tired but shiny. He did not speak, neither did she. Because in the moment, in the quiet between heartbeats, everything that had never needed to be said, one already knew. Some reunions don't need words, just a lantern left burning, a letter finally sent, and the soft hush of stillness, giving way to the sound of love returning. That morning, after Eric returned, the world felt different. Not louder, not brighter, just fuller. Sunlight spilled across the kitchen table, where two cups of tea steamed side by side. Ilara watched him quietly as he stirred honey into his cup, the same way he always had. Neither of them spoke much. They did not need to. There was a sacredness in the stillness now shared. When they reached across the table, it gently touched her hand, the ears folded inward, all the waiting, all the longings, and became something soft, something sacred, a beginning inside an ending. That evening they returned to the garden where Elara had reached her letters to the wind. Now she held his hand instead of paper. Above them, stars bloomed slowly into the night. Eric tilted his head back and whispered, I thought of you every time I saw Orion. Ilara smiled. I spoke to you through the lavender. They laughed. The kind of laughter that carries both sorrow and joy. The kind that belongs to people who have lost and found one another. They lay back in the grass, shoulder to shoulder, hearts finally aligned with the rhythm of the earth. Silence settled around them, not empty, but whole. The next morning, they walked along the river, where they had once carved their initials into an old oak tree. Time had aged the bark, but the letters were still there, so were they. Eric turned to her and said softly, all these years I thought stillness meant absence, but now I know. It was where your love waited for me. Elara leaned into him, her voice spared their breath. And now the stillness belongs to us. They stood there, held by the tree and the wind and the water. Two souls trapped in silence, not because there was nothing left to say, but because everything had finally been heard. Some love stories bloom in the waiting, in the hush between words, in letters never sent, and those finally read. And in the stillness, they found not just one another, but a home in the quiet they once feared.